In this video, I'm going to cover the 5 things you must have in order to build muscle and burn fat from the comfort of home or your apartment. So let's jump right into the video. Hi there, it's Derek here with GamerBody, and in this video we are covering the 5 things you must have or do in order to build muscle and burn body fat from the comfort of home. If you can follow these 5 things consistently over time, you will see a great change in your body, feel better, look better, build a greater, more solid physique, and you can do it again without ever leaving the comfort of home. And I do this each and every week. I'm going to pass along my experience to you. Starting off with number 5 is that you need to find a dedicated workout space within your home or apartment. I want you to do this because it helps mentally set you up and get ready for your training when you walk into the room and have your program ready to go. It's similar to walking into a gym. If you have a gym you're dedicated to going to, when you walk in there, you know that when you walk through the door, you're going to be doing your workout program. I want the room that you pick to be kind of similar. For me, this is my office space I am sitting in right now. I share it with my wife, but at 5 a.m. in the morning, it becomes my workout area. Nothing else matters at that time. And I know I'm gonna have a great training session because I'm alone and able to get the workout done in that space. If you find that you are changing up your workout area often, it may be hard to build a solid routine and really feel like you're in a place to get your workout done each and every time. So that's why I like to have a single room where the workouts get done. If that's an apartment, it's probably just one of the rooms. If it's like a home, maybe it's your basement. I know when I lived with my parents, I was working out in my basement, but I'm on my own now and I work out in my office space so that I can get my training done each and every week. So find a place where you can consistently go to in your house or apartment and make that your dedicated training area to get the results you are looking for. Point number 5 is in the books, so we are moving on to number 4, which is that you need to work out at the same time each and every day. Now, I personally recommend that you try and wake up at the same time each and every day because that alone will help you get through with this point, which is, again, you want to be working out at around the same time to build a habit and have your body know that it's time to work out. Let's get ready to push some weight, build some strength, and get the body we are trying to achieve. For me, this is around 5 a.m. For all of my trainings, whether that be resistance training or cardio. I like to get up at 5 a.m. and do them. So I wake up at probably around like 5 a.m. and then by 5:15, I'm in my office space doing my workouts. They last about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm good to go for the rest of the day. I found that for me, this really helps to set up my day in a positive way because I've focused on improving myself to start my day, and that's already a win in my book. So once that's done, I'm ready to then focus on things like work, build GamerBody, build these videos that you're watching right now. Whatever may come in my way, I'm ready to take it on. When I used to try and do it at the end of the day, I used to feel like I just wasn't in the right mindset going into it. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to like play video games, watch TV, spend more time with my wife, had to make dinner, have the dogs. There's just so many other things at the end of the day I had to take care of, where if I just did it first thing in the morning, I'm the only one awake, and I'm just in my room doing it, that's where I was able to be most consistent and get the best results from my training. Now, I know some of you may be groaning at the 5 a.m., but again, it's really what works for you. If at night is better for you, you feel more energized, ready to go, maybe you do a nighttime workout. Maybe you have the middle of the day open, you work maybe like really late at night, so then you have the middle of the day open and you're able to train then, do that. But for me, it was the morning time. 5 a.m. was the best time for me to wake up and set up my day really well. Maybe that's the same for you. Maybe it's not. You decide, pick the best time. But then once you pick it, you do it every single time at that same time so that your body learns and builds a habit around it so that you can get the results. So down with 2, on to point number 3. And that is that I want you to find meals that you enjoy to eat and then aim to make them healthy or healthier over time. When I think about the meals that I like to eat or the foods I like to eat, first come to mind are steak, pizza, ice cream, french fries, burgers, all the probably not really healthy foods for you. Maybe the steak can be healthy, but the other foods really aren't that healthy for you overall, especially if you're eating them out at some restaurant. However, you can build full meals around these type of foods and make them pretty healthy overall. I'm not someone who goes into the crazy health nut type of person. And I understand that most people aren't like that. A lot of people like to eat out, get food quickly. I know DoorDash is a big like kind of thing now, or getting food delivery services, all that kind of stuff is really big. So what do you do when people really like that, but also want to stay in shape? Probably the best way I can think of is you can still make those foods, but really you need to focus on how to make them healthier and meet your kind of macro targets overall over time and make it as consistent as possible with a simple plan. So again, what I recommend is that you find the top, say, 5 to 7 foods that you really enjoy and eat each and every week, and then aim to make them a little healthier. To do this, I'm going to steal something from another channel called the Fit Father Project, run by Anthony Balduzzi. So if you want to check out his YouTube channel or website, feel free to do so. It's a shout out to him in this video. But what he recommends is that you split your plate into 50% fibrous carbs, 25% starchy carbs, and then 25% protein. By splitting up your plate this way, you can actually achieve a pretty good macro balance automatically. I like to do this especially for my dinners. That's kind of how I set this up. The other meals aren't as easy for me to do this with, but dinners seem to be pretty easy. So if I have something like, well, do the example of steak. I have steak as my main protein source, takes up 25%. Then I have my fibrous carbs, which is 50%. So that could be something like green beans, peas, or some other kind of vegetable can go there. And then my starchy carbs can be something like potatoes, even French fries will work. Probably not the healthiest option, but French fries could go there. Rice is a good option, could go in the third spot there to make my entire plate. This allows you to create a pretty good macro and micronutrient breakdown. So again, it's an easy plate setup. Take your favorite food, add it in there, and then build the plate around that. You can come away with a pretty healthy plate, even if your main source of food isn't all that healthy. At least you're getting the other micro and macronutrients as well. So while it might not be the healthiest plate option in the world, and I understand you can get a lot of hate on the internet for this because people are so balls to the wall and always trying to eat super healthy because there's no other thing than healthy in the world. I understand people's behaviors, and that's not what happens. I speak to many people and I tell them, you gotta eat healthy. Guess what? That lasts like 2 seconds and then they're gone. So then I'm trying to figure out ways to help people actually achieve their goals. And what I do again is I go out and buy things in bulk. Like I buy a lot of salmon, I buy a lot of chicken, hamburgers, steak, and I use those because those are my favorite things in the meal, and I like to build other things around it to make it healthier. My parents actually did this too while growing up without me even knowing it. I don't think they knew it either, but they'd build plates kind of the same way. So it's always like those 3 main sources kind of set up that way, and it just worked, and I've been able to stay pretty healthy my entire life, pretty skinny my entire life. I was actually really skinny when I was young and had to build muscle on my frame. So build out your plates like this, see if it works for you, and then you can also enjoy your food more because I've also found that I tend to eat the same foods regardless if I say I want variety or not. I actually think people don't really want variety. In-N-Out Burger does a really good job of this, of just having like 3 items on their menu. The more items on a menu, actually I hate it now. I hate seeing tons of items on menus because I don't know what to order. And I always just go back to the same thing I order every single time. So instead, why not pick the foods you tend to eat a lot of consistently, make your own meal plan out of that, and then aim to make it healthier by switching out some things over time or adding in better foods to help you with your entire micro and macronutrient breakdowns. Now, I know that was a little rant, but this one is pretty tough for me to deal with because there's so many people online saying that eating is the only thing that matters and you have to eat super healthy in order to get fit. And you actually don't really need to eat super healthy. You just need to make sure that you're getting those macro targets hit in order to build a solid looking body and then hit the micronutrients to be overall healthy. Now, the more unhealthy food you eat, the harder it is to hit those other targets. So that's why bad food is pretty bad for you, because it makes it harder to actually eat those other foods. And they tend to be higher in calories, which add on weight and all that stuff. But again, I'm trying to find behaviors that humans do that you can then look at and build something healthier around. Just telling people to eat super healthy is a terrible way to go about it because it never seems to work. So I'm trying to give something constructive here. I hope it works for you. Let me know in the comment section below what you do in order to build your plates and get the best results from it. Do you actually calculate everything or using like MyFitnessPal in order to get the stuff done? But I'm going off on a little rant here. But again, build out your plates. Find the things that you eat a lot, make them healthier, and you'll find that you'll start to improve over time. And then as you get healthier and healthier, you may even find that you start to make your plates very healthy as you start to make your own meals. 3 down, 2 more to go. Jumping in at number 2, I want you to research and find quality equipment that has multiple uses you can use from your home or apartment. By researching and finding the quality content, you can save a lot of money down the long run. A lot of people I know will go and buy cheap pieces of equipment, they'll break 3 to 6 months later, and then they have to buy it again, wasting even more money. What I like to do is even if it's more expensive, research those pieces of equipment that have like 5 stars, maybe Amazon choice product, and then going through some of the reviews, see what some of the problems might have been, see what people like about it, and then I make my purchase based on those decisions. If the piece of equipment can last me a minimum of 2 years, that equipment has won it in my book, regardless of price. If it lasts me 2 years, that was a piece of quality equipment. Now, some that have done that, like my core fitness dumbbells, were, when I bought them, $325, and they've lasted me over 2.5 years. I have a review on it if you want to check them out. But they have lasted me a very long time, and that I find to be a quality piece of equipment for my home training. I have some others as well that have been like over a year and are going strong, like my Liebert Fitness equalizers, my Perfect Fitness pull-up bar station. I did just get the adjustable bench pretty recently, maybe a couple months ago, but it's still going strong. I see no issues with it. So things like that are why I tend to spend more money on those valuable pieces of equipment that I have. And most of the ones I just mentioned have multiple uses. Actually, all the ones I just mentioned have more than one use, which makes it even more valuable for my home training because I can do different exercises with it in order to get the results I have. So, for example, the dumbbells probably have something like hundreds of exercises I can do with them. The Liebert Fitness equalizers, you can do dips, you can do inverted rows, you can do bicep or inverted bicep curls, you can do tricep extensions on them. There's a lot of things you can do with that piece of equipment. The adjustable bench, every single bench exercise you can do basically with them and the dumbbells. The pull-up bar that I have, you can do chin-ups, you can do pull-ups, you can do L-sits, you can do like tons of other stuff on the pull-up bar. So each one of those has multiple functions. Now I do have a few pieces of equipment that only have one direct exercise. And I actually think two offhand. The first one are push-up stands. So those really are just used for push-ups. I could do L-sits and stuff with them as well, but it's really meant for just push-ups. And the one that really only has one use is the ab roller wheel. So that's really the only piece of equipment I currently have that only has one use total. And it was pretty cheap. I think it was like $30. But I like doing the ab roller a lot. I use it each and every week. But just note that most of my equipment has multiple uses, so that's what I look for as well in my training. I don't go for these ones that tend to only have one thing unless I can find a lot of value in that one exercise. We've now reached the end of our list, and coming in at number 1, I have that you need to find a strategy, plan, whatever you want to call it, that looks at the compound exercises as your main lifts and is easy to follow. That's right, I want something that focuses on the compound lifts that you can do from home. These are the lifts that are going to change your body the most and give you the best results the fastest. Isolated exercises or isolation movements like the bicep curl and tricep extensions are fine for someone who might be more advanced and has some years of training to help really develop them. But really, when you're starting out, you really don't need anything more than the big 5, which is the chest press, or bench press I should say, overhead press, squat, deadlifts, and rows. So really, if you can do those 5, and you can do them well, you're going to have a very good physique. Now, you can do other things as you get more advanced, but focusing on those main 5, and all programs should really be built around those main 5. If it's not really built around that, I would focus on some other training program. But as long as the program is built around those, it's easy to follow, and it fits the equipment you currently have, then by all means that program is good, and you should keep doing it so that you can achieve the results you are looking for. Now, I do have a program over at GamerBody.com you can check out right now if you'd like to. This way you can start your training and get ready to build the body you're looking for. Again, I focus heavily on the compound exercises. I'm trying to even make the program easier right now, so it's already easy to begin with, but I'm trying to make it even easier. Don't know why the books just fell behind me, but again, make it simple, focus on compound lifts, progressive overload those compound lifts over time, so you want to be leveling up and getting stronger on them over time. And if you can do that, you can consistently do it each and every week, you will see the results. Just make sure, again, that you're eating well in order to build the body you're looking for. If you're trying to pack on muscle, you're going to want to eat a lot. If you're looking to lean out, then you want to, again, be in a calorie deficit. All that stuff, that's for a different video. But again, find a program that's simple, focus on the compound lifts, progress those lifts over time, be consistent, and boom, you will be there before you know it. And that is it for this video on the 5 things you must do in order to build muscle and burn body fat from the comfort of home. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this one. Also, please head over to GamerBody.com. There you can opt into my email newsletter as well as get my training program you can do from the comfort of home. Focuses on keeping things simple, has all the equipment I currently use, and packs on the results as long as you can be consistent and do it over time. There's no flashy stuff in here. It's all just focusing on things that have actually worked, stood the test of time, and built the muscle that I have today from my little apartment. Alright, and that is it for this video. So again, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Be fit and game on.